Hello, hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Wherever you find yourself now, welcome to Breaking Taboos. This is the show where everyone is welcome, every voice is heard, and every taboo is discussed. Therefore, viewer discretion is advised. I am your queen and your host, Musu Kamara. Welcome to Breaking Taboos. Today we have some top people here again with me. Yes, I see somebody shaking their head, and we have two bald head men in the house, and I have my beautiful.
Don't say it.
All right, so I'm going to give them the time to introduce themselves. First, I'm going to go with ladies first anyway. So I'm going to go with Mrs. Madonna Ganda. Can you please introduce yourself to us?
Hi, everyone. My name is Madonna Ganda, and I'm happy to be here today to support this common goal of my sister to talk about issues that is affecting us.
Thank you. All right, I'll go to Dr. Alfred Abu. I'm not going to say too much, but please tell them who you are, and then I'll go back and touch up.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Dr. Alfred Abu. Just a disclaimer here I'm making. I'm a nurse, family nurse practitioner by training with a doctorate degree in nurse practice from Temple University. And I'm here as a contributor to this topic. I'm not an expert, nor a specialist. My contributions that much of from a medical perspective, and also being a man. So at the conclusion of this topic, whatever questions somebody may have, or if they are personally affected by the topic, I would suggest that they consult a specialist in the field. So I'm willing to contribute to the forum, and I thank you, Musu, for hosting this important topic. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abu. He is one of the most youngest and our youngest.
All right, enough. Youngest, not anymore.
All right, let me try to welcome Mr. Mustafa Koji to the show. I don't know if he can hear us. Mustafa Koji, can you hear us? I think he can hear us. Well, before I go further, I need to say thank you to our producer today, Mr. Hamid Salomi Jallo. Thank you for hosting us on Sierra Cast TV. And I hope you will enjoy our show. Just relax at the background and enjoy our show. Today's topic is, it's very interesting, and it's kind of private. And I'm going to please tell my viewers, especially the women, please, we don't want to go too hard on our men here, because when it comes to our own issues, we see how they will come on board. But please, let's go easy on them, because this is a very sensitive topic. Today's topic, taboo topic, is impotency and infertility in men. Impotency. So before I go further, I'm going to read exactly what Google told me about what is impotency. So it says, impotency, according to them, inability in a man to achieve an erection or orgasm. Inability for a man to achieve erection and or orgasm. Okay. I don't know. Okay, Madonna just step out. So honestly, this is a topic that I know affects a lot of our men, and most times they don't want to talk about it, and which I understand. It's maybe embarrassing, or it could be some medical issues contributing to that. But the reason why I brought our brother here today as a medical doctor who is in the field, I believe he can throw a light or give us an insight about some of the factors, some of the reasons, some of the contributing factors why men become impotent. The word is really big. So I'm going to direct the first question to Dr. Alfred Abu. I really want to know, I know our viewers most probably don't know what are some of the causes, what causes impotency in some men?
Well, before I start with definition, let me correct you on one simple thing. In my title, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a family nurse practitioner. There's a distinction between the two trainings. Okay. Even though I can practice as the internal medicine, but my title is that of a family nurse practitioner. So there's a distinction in the training. And my contribution here, I'm not a specialist, not an expert in the area of the topic. Okay. The specialists and experts in this area are called urologists, people that deal with men's health. So let's just clarify that. But just to piggyback on what you're saying, impotency, simply put, is the inability for a man to get and maintain erection during sexual intercourse. Okay, there's so many issues affecting that. Some men can get erection, but they are not able to maintain it during intercourse. Or some don't have even the ability to get an erection. You know, impotence is also known as erectile dysfunction. You know, the term we usually use ED, but they are interchangeable terms. Impotency and erectile dysfunction, they are interchangeable. So, and it's taboo because in a relationship, as a lot of women can attest to, sexual satisfaction is very important in a relationship, you know, and it makes a lot of people suffer in silence. You know, it breaks down a lot of marriages or relationships. And sometimes it's also, for us men, it's also related to our pride as a man. You know, impotence can really harm the man's ability to enjoy sex or to even participate in sex. And therefore, we also affect his self-esteem as a man. So it's a very important topic, and I thank you for bringing it up. Impotency, believe it or not, is very common. It's very common ailment in men, and it can affect men of all ages, but it's mostly in older men, okay? But you have people, I've seen people in their 30s struggle with impotency, you know, but mostly you see this in older men, but younger men can experience it too. And sometimes it comes in a variety of forms where on occasion you can have problem getting erection on occasion. Not all the time, but on occasion. But even on occasion, it's frustrating, you know, especially if it happens more frequent than you would expect, you know. So impotency, there are causes for impotency. And with the advance of medicine and training, people really don't have to suffer in silence anymore. There are a lot of help outside, you know, a man can get. So as far as causes for impotency, there are physical causes and there are psychological causes. Psychological mean emotional causes. And what are some of the physical causes? Well, some of the physical causes are really illness that relate to blood flow. What impotency actually is, what brings about impotency it's lack of blood flow. Okay. You know, the penis, if I can use the term penis, okay, it's a structure that erect when there's adequate blood flow to when you're excited and you have. Oh man, I hope the children are not around because I'm being loud.
Okay.
Okay, I'm home. Excuse me, I have to watch my back, make sure the children are not around. But anyway, I think they're up there somewhere playing. But it's actually a problem of blood flow. Simply put,
guys, can you hear me now? I'm good.
Yeah, welcome, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
if I may continue, he
hate me to say Mr. Abu, I think we'll stop there a little bit because I know this is a topic that got a lot of twists in it, especially when the women come in, you know, we got a lot of twists in here. So first, let me welcome Mr. Mustafa Koji. Please introduce
Welcome,
yourself.
guys. Welcome, Mr. Abu. My name is Mustafa Koji. I'm so excited to be part of this wonderful discussion. I'm glad you guys brought the erectile dysfunction inside because you cannot deal with impotency and infertility without bringing erectile dysfunction. So, Mr. Abu, you can continue. I really want to talk about stuff like that. I'm so excited. People are waiting for this day. I can't wait. Okay, Mr. Abu. Yeah, no, let him talk. Done. I want to come in. I really have a lot to say about it.
Well, I just want to say that the term is actually interchangeable. Impotency and erectile dysfunction, they are both interchangeable. And primarily, it's just a lack of blood flow. That's what it is. A lack of blood flow that prevents a man from getting and maintaining an erection. So there are physical cause and psychological cause for those things. You see. So as we progress, we can get into what causes it and whatever treatment or option there are for men, and there are also things that a man can do without the use of medication. Things like habits that can, that contribute to impotence or erectile dysfunction in a man. Things that you can change, But as we continue on, we can discuss. I can definitely discuss this topic. So I look forward to get into the details of what causes it, what treatment offers that are there for men, and what are some of the stuff that a man can do, and also your partners too. What a woman can do to help with a man deal with the difficulty of erection. So.
Okay. All right. Koji, I'm going to leave you aside for that because I know you want to come and want to go to the lady in the house.
Yes.
About.
Yeah.
I'm okay. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
So I'm going to Madonna because I know most of the time, especially in Africa, you see most of the time the men are always blaming the women, especially when it comes to that sex in Africa. If they are not failing or they are not running to the goal post, they think the women are not doing right for them to run all the way to the goal post. So, Mrs. Madonna, why do you think men are most of the time silent and they want to cast the blame?
First of all, we women, we are known as somebody that can take in a lot of pressure, a lot of like things that are going on. We can handle it better than the men. We take pain, we take pressure, we take suppression. We tend to take it all. That's what we are. They say we are, but I know that sometimes it's not the case. So men think that they can blame all or put all the blame on a woman because they don't want to accept where the problem is coming from. First of all, in Africa, we don't do tests. We don't go for tests. When we're ready to get married, we don't ask questions. It's very important when you're getting married to somebody, all those questions, but we don't. We just think we go into the marriage and don't ask. We don't do tests. We don't go to the hospital. We don't do checkups. All those things are very, very important. If we don't have those things, we don't know who is at fault. But because from our first generation, they say the women can handle it, so that's why they tend to blame all or put all the blame on the women. But it's not, because I know that sometimes the Nigerians, when they're ready to get married, some of them will go and do tests to check their blood group and find out if they match together. But most of our people don't do that. We just rush into marriage. We just get into the marriage without asking questions. We don't even do tests. So the men are very silent because they think it's a taboo for them to come out and say it, put blame on a woman. Because we tend to handle it better. We'll just go through and then go to our rooms and cry and come out again and be smiling.
We are the ones that have the big head. Oh boy, Mr. Koji, I'm going to direct this question. I'm going to direct this question to you. We are still in impotent. We'll come in with infertility because that's what Madonna was trying to go to, the infertility. But I want to ask you a question. If you are impotent, let me say you cannot run how many miles to get to the goalpost. Let me make it fine for you. And you meet this beautiful woman out there. You like her. But you know you have this little issue. Can you tell her before you even start dating?
That's a wonderful question. In fact, seeing a woman and you like this woman with the facial thing, there is something always behind the back of your mind that this beauty, I want to do something with this. I think the brain should tell you that something should be functioning before, in fact, you approach this woman. So I don't know how you can do that by going to this woman and saying, you know what, I want you, I need you. But what is wrong with me? Very tough question. But in any case, if the woman can understand, after a while, after you've made a proposal, but you tell her, you say, you know what, dear, I've loved you all this while, but since I know the only person I know I can take my case to is you, because you don't know, we'll never be intimate before, you don't even know. But today we're here, me and you, we're here. Let me tell you the truth. I've loved you, I've done everything for you in life, but guess what? I have an issue. And maybe you could help me. If she is a wonderful woman, she would say, you know what, you've done everything for me. And we've never contacted ourselves sexually. But because of that, maybe let's take another step, maybe try and go to the clinician who are specialized in that and do a test. Maybe she can lead you to where you think you are not supposed to go. If you've met the right woman, they can do that. But I'm telling you, for you to tell a woman that you love her, the first thing will click into the mind, man, you guys are going to go get on. You guys are going to get on. And she's ready for that. That's the first thing. Minus whatever you've done so nice, she's expecting that day.
Oh,
but just as I told you, maybe she will help you. But you got to do that stuff, man. Woo. I just believe you have to hit the hammer on the nail, that thing. I don't know, maybe there's a topic we can talk about that if there will be a peaceful relationship without sexual intercourse, because that's sexual stuff.
We are coming to that one. We are coming to that one. How important?
That's a tough one. But for you.
We'll come into that. So, Mr. Abu, there's something, I don't know if it's a myth or if it's actually true. I think I understand that alcohol and excessive smoking can slow down your risk to rape in the bedroom. Is that true? Can they contribute?
Yes, those are all contributory factors. But let's get to understand what really some of the major causes are. Like I said, I mentioned previously, you have physical and psychological, and you also have behaviors, which are alcohol, excessive drinking, and smoking falls under those things, behavior. But impotence in man or erectile dysfunction is usually, like I said earlier, it's anything that impedes blood flow to the man's penis is what causes impotency. Now, on the physical side, the diseases of the heart, like high cholesterol level, atherosclerosis, which is cholesterol deposit on the arteries by lowering the blood flow to the vein in the penis. Okay, anything that impedes those blood flow to the penis is what we call impotency, because impotence is achieved by a blood flow to the penis. Okay. Other physical causes like diabetes is a major thing. You know, you find a lot of people that are diabetic have problems if the diabetes is not controlled. That means, you know, your sugar level is constantly high, your A1C is above 9. You know, I can get into those things later on. But diabetes, heart disease, and even obesity in men, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. Those are physical causes of impotency. What do? They affect the blood flow to the penis. Okay. And medications like blood pressure medications. Okay. This is the reason why you see most men that are prescribed blood pressure medicine, they refuse to take it because they know what it does to them. And it's dangerous. Okay. You know, because there are medications that work fine for certain people. So if you think medications are affecting your sexual function, it's not up to you to just stop taking your medication. It's always a good idea to consult with your primary care to see what else they can do. You know, what medication they can change your medication that will help you do better for you. But you find that most men don't take their blood pressure medicine because they have that side effect of creating impotence in the men. And then you mentioned other factors like neurological factor, things like a stroke, multiple sclerosis, even Parkinson's disease. You know, those are all physical factors. Then behavior, things are called behavior modifications, which is excessive drinking, smoking. We all know smoking affects organs and smoking affects every part of your health. So smoking, those are behaviors us men can control. And importantly, exercise too. You know, exercise, keep your health healthy, eating proper diet, you know, not have too much cholesterol, carbohydrate. Because at the end of the day, you want a good, healthy heart. You know, once you have a healthy heart, then you can pump blood adequately to all tissues in your body, including the penis. So impotence, once you are able to eliminate things that can impede your blood flow, then you probably not have much of a problem dealing with these situations. So, and when it comes to psychological aspect of impotency, you know, sometimes men, especially in this country, a lot of us are under stress. You know, and stress can decrease your body function. You know, stress is good. Stress motivates us, but excessive stress can cause you harm also. It can decrease your body functions. You know, anxiety. You know, sometimes some men are anxious. You know, when it comes to sexual activity, some men are anxious. You know, especially when you have a habit of not performing to your level best. I would say.
We can't see your head, bro. We can't see all of your head.
Okay, can you see me now? Sorry, I was leaning too much into the camera. Can you see me now?
Yeah.
I'm trying to hide the ball here so you won't see.
No problem.
But anyway, okay. Like I was saying earlier, stress, anxiety, you know, and some men have anxiety over size, you know. So if you're a man with size problem, you're always going to be self-conscious about that. And that can affect your performance or even your ability to initiate, you know, because you just don't feel like, you know, a woman will expect more of a performance. Nowadays, sex is all about, you know, satisfaction, performance, you know. sometimes women would like to believe, oh, women don't really care about sexual satisfaction, but in most cases, they really do. In fact, those are the reasons why some marriages or relationships break down, because the woman's not being satisfied, or even the cheating come about. So, but anyway, that topic's for you. You know, it's not mine, but I'm just leading to those topics. You know, so.
So I'm going to tell our producer to please put that message out there. We want to know if a woman is in love with this man, but the man is impotent, can they still? Okay, let me just. How important is sex in a relationship? We want to hear from our viewers first before I go and find out from my sister here. There's another issue again that I see most men are always silent about, and they always want to cast the blame on women, and that is infertility. Most of our men, when a woman cannot conceive at the time they want to, or they expect the woman to conceive, instead of compromising to go and for medical checkup, they are very quick to cast the blame on the women. Madonna, what do you think is also? I know you will come back to the same point, but why do you think men are always casting this blame on the women, and they don't want to take the responsibility?
First of all, society is our issue. Women in society, they always believe that we are the ones that should be responsible to have a child. The society is blaming us a lot. It's not even the men alone, but even some of our women. If you marry to a man for a long time, maybe like say 5 years or even 2 years, they will start to ask you, why are you not having a child? Or are you barren, or you can't have a child? What is wrong with you? Those things is just the society is the issue here. We need to understand that not all women are supposed to carry the blame, because our society is not open to people doing testing, people going for treatment, people going for investigation about themselves. We are the ones taking the blame. Like I said, women are always prone to taking blames. And that's not supposed to happen. So that's why the silence, because they just think that, well, if the woman already accepts her fault, why should I say anything? Like I was watching a movie. The lady cannot have a child, but the lady has gone to several doctors and they told her that she's not the problem. When she come home, she'll ask the man, can you go with me so they can check us? The man always say, oh, I don't have a problem. I'm good. I'm fine. But sometimes it's not. You are not. And mainly sometimes because you don't have the same blood group with the person, you are not connecting. And you don't want to check yourself. Sometimes excuse me, I don't know if there's a child there or not, but sometimes your sperm is not even good. Maybe it might be infected. You never know. But people don't take the time to go and check. They just think that the woman has a problem. The woman can't take it. The woman I've been trying all my best, but this woman cannot take it. How can you put the blame on one person when they know that 2 people carry those loads? You go into the bedroom, it's 2 of you. Anything you're doing is between 2 people. It's not one person. So sometimes when I was little, when I got married, after I have my daughter, people start asking me, oh, why are you not having another child? Well, I don't have it because the man didn't put it in. If you give it to me, I'll have another one. But it didn't come yet. So that's my answers to them, because I don't want to be asking all kind of questions. Because you didn't even ask me what my problem is or what the other person's problem is. You just want me to have a child.
Mm.
So the issue we're carrying.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So true. Mr. Koji, I'm coming to you now.
Yeah. I had wanted, I don't know whether you're going to bring another different questions minus what Ms. Gogre just answered. I really wanted to add more to that and give you a case study for which my family member will listen. But I'll just listen to you.
I need your opinion. What do you think too?
Yeah, just as she said, she's right. The culture that, you know, female at once that are having problem. That is not the case. You know, there's a case study I know. I texted them today, which is a problem in the family in the home now. The both husband and wife. I texted. I know they are watching now. Are we live? Right? Are we live?
Yes, we
They
are.
are watching. There's a wonderful problem. The lady, she has done all what she's supposed to do. She has gone to London. She has spent more than more than 10,000 pounds just for her to become, you know, fertile so that she can have the baby. She has done all the tests. I think the husband just feels that he's good. But the lady about a month ago complained to me. Said, I've done all my part. He said, but this guy is not doing his part. He said, I never knew that he was smoking. Yeah, I know you guys are listening. Oh, you are smoking. I never knew you were smoking. And two, I heard that you drink more than 4 bottles of soda every day. I've not called you passionate. I've not told you. I'm telling you, you're watching me now. You're my close person. The ladies have done all my part. But you, the guy I'm talking about, is not doing his part. He just thinks that everything is fine with him. That's the issue. The lady has done her part, and she's set, she's ready. But the husband is not doing his part because he feels that he has no problem. So just as Ms. Gogre is saying, we the guys just feel that we are untouchable. You know, that's a big taboo over there. No, it is even likely if your sperm count is not more than 15 million, or within 15 million and within the 200 million per milliliter. Any discharge is 1 milliliter. If it is not within the range of 15 million to 200 million range, you are not fertile to pregnate any woman. If they have, even within that range, they have different categories of fertility. To you, the husband, if your sperm count is less than 15 million for one discharge, which is 1 milliliter, you have a problem. And the only way you can do that, go to the doctor. When I'm more than 50 years old now, when I was between 44, 45, I needed my daughter, who is like 6 years old now. So because my girl told me, say, you know what, let's go. You know, she was around her 40s too, and she needed a baby. She was looking for a boy, I was looking for a girl. So we went to the hospital here. I took my sperm, you know, we went inside the room. I had to ejaculate, and they took my sperm, and they checked it. Yeah, they said I need to do more stuff. They checked my semen. Because for each discharge, it's like it should be within the range of 15 million to 200 million sperm count. And it is only one of that sperm that can fertilize an egg. So if you don't have enough, up to 15 million count, man, you have a problem. So you have to go there so that they can check you and make sure that you're ready for that, especially when you're of age. There are other factors that can really minimize fertility. I don't know if you want me to dwell into that. A lot of factors, just as my educated brother was saying over there, Mr. Abu. You know, one of the most, okay, you can talk diseases, you know, okay, diabetes, some other factors that can lead to your infertility. And maybe, you know, your diet also can lead to that. And a lot of other factors, your medication, there's a medication you're taking that is also not functional, that is making you not become fertile. So that 15 million count is not a child's play. So if you are lesser than that, you have a problem. That's what I want to say until you bring my own question.
Well, I think you already answered a lot of what I wanted to ask, but I'm going to throw in another one again, because I know most of the time, just as we are going back to me and my sister here, we are going to take the blame. We are all taking the blame. Okay, you want to run the race, and then they put you on the track, Runners onto your marks. Get set. Get set. Go. Soon as you get up, you fall back. And most of the time, they want to blame the woman because they think, oh, it's the pressure. You are pressurizing me. I'm not happy. Too much nagging. It's your fault. You know, you don't do your job. You don't perform other patterns to make me hype and all that. I mean, this is educational. I want to know how true is it really true? I mean, we are trying to say something. Is it really true that our attitude, women's attitude, can contribute to men not going all the way through the race? Maybe I'll ask Abu, then I'll come back to you, Cody.
Okay.
And our attitude, women's attitude, can it really delay that running race?
Is a question for me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Well, it's a yes or no question, but
because I understand they say men can do it no matter what. You know, men no matter what. I want to know.
In terms of fertility is concerned, you know, studies show actually 30 to 40% of the infertility in a relationship is due to male issues. Just like my brother Koji was talking about it earlier. There are a lot of factors in men too that create infertility. So always the blame is not on the women. So it's always a good idea for couples that are struggling with fertility to see, especially because the problem with us Africans sometimes, even when we are here in the first world, we do not pay attention to our medical needs. You know, we only run to doctors when we are sick and at the point of death before we seek, you know, treatment. But the interesting thing is most of us have healthcare insurance, but we're not even using it because we are afraid to go find out what is wrong with us. This is one of the taboos, actually. People are afraid to find out what is wrong with them. So as such, they castigate blames on others. So in terms of infertility in a marriage, it can be attributed 30 to 40% to the main factors. And factors including like low sperm count, like Mr. Koji mentioned, okay? Trauma, maybe when the man was growing up a young person, maybe had a trauma to his testes that can make him produce less sperms. Even hormone, specifically the testosterone hormone in men. As we were born, our hormone surge in our early 20s, but as we cross 30, our hormone levels begins to drop. So a low testosterone level can actually create infertility in men. And also cancer, or things like cancer, you know, or even cancer treatment. So those are all factors that can contribute to infertility in men. And also motility of the sperm, that means the movement. You know, for fertilization to occur, not only are you depositing the sperm, but the sperm have to be able to travel and meet the egg. So if the sperm is weak and not travel, you know, they don't have the fragility of, you know, if you look at the sperm under the microscope, they have a tail, which is called the fragility of the sperm. So they're supposed to actually swim. When they're deposited, they're actually supposed to swim up to the fallopian tube to meet the to meet the egg to be able to cause fertilization. Now you have some men that have problem with the motility of the sperm. That means the sperm don't have a movement. That could be due to excessive drinking, smoking, causes the sperm to be weak. And if the sperm is weak, you're not going to get nobody pregnant. You cannot get anyone pregnant with a weak sperm. So those are all factors that relate to infertility in men. So, and diet also, you know, we must really watch our diet also, you know, diet that can promote semen production is very good, you know. Stay away from things like too much carbohydrate that create a lot of sugar and, you know, lead into diabetes, you know. Then again, they're specialists for this situation. You can go, if couples want to have a child, they can go to fertility specialists. They can test the man and the woman. and see where the problem lies and the solution, the solution to this thing, so we can get into the treatment for that later on. But as far as the bedroom is concerned, so you were asking earlier, can the woman contribute? In a way, yeah, because at the end of the day, you have to be able to turn on the man, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, now people get married, they get too comfortable going to bed. There's nothing there to excite the man. They just go to bed in their sweatpants, they no longer care to entice the man, and sometimes men are turned off by that. They might not say out of not offending the woman, but come to bed a little, with the purpose of enticing the man. But if you come to bed with your sweatpants on, maybe with your t-shirt on, or you don't even care about your look anymore, the hair is not done. Men are visual people. Honestly, in other words, you have to entice the man. You have to come to bed looking good.
Abu, we still cannot see your head properly. I don't know what you're hiding.
What happened? I keep linking into the camera. So I guess if I sit back, you can see me.
Yeah, we'll see you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. You were talking about things that turn you men off, right? So you mean like same style, or missionary style, or
no, it's not even. Let me make sure nobody's behind me. I'm home. This topic is too much for the kids. No, it's not. It's to me. I don't think position is really the situation here, because as the man can always invent a new position as long as the women are willing to go along. Okay. But the most important, you have to be able to entice the man. It's very important what you wear to bed. What you wear to bed. If you just have a habit of wearing anything to bed, you don't care. Because sex is I would say more than 60% psychological. If I'm not stimulated, if you don't stimulate my mind, you will not get me to erect. So that's what it is. If I'm not stimulated, if the look of you is a turn up for me, just like the same situation with women. If a man is not taking care of himself, the look of the man is a turn up. Believe it, they will not have any arousal for you. So it's the same thing with men. You know what I mean? So it's very important what you wear to bed. And also try, not that I'm disparaging anyone, but try to maintain physical, attraction as well. When you get married, you are teen. When you get married, you have all this cup. Then all of a sudden now you out of proportion in marriage, maybe 5-10 years in marriage, you're out of proportion. These are all turn off for men. Sometimes they might not be vocal to tell you about it, or if the thing they tell you might be offended. But these are all things that over the time will turn off a man and not be willing to engage in the bedroom stuff.
Wow.
It is taboo. People don't talk about this thing, but they think this thing silently.
Wow. I'm learning here today, my people. I'm learning here. I think I'm gonna.
So it's important what you wear to bed.
Oh. So.
It's true.
I know my.
It's what you call it? It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. All this Victoria's Secret lingerie. What do you think the white women are wearing these things?
Okay, so now you just touched another topic, okay? Because this is the issue. That was my first one. This is the issue most of us, especially the African community. This is what we are facing most of the time. Most of our men want to see those, as you have said, those lingerie, those beautiful, bra from Victoria's Secret, bra underwear from Victoria's Secret. But they don't want to buy them, all right? They don't want to buy them, but they want you to wear them. Now let me come to my lady, because Koji, I know you are ready, but you are coming. What do you think, my sister? They said what we wear. Now, if you have a man, that don't buy all these things for you. Yet he wants you to come out with the best. And when you ask him for something, he's ready to argue you. And then when you refuse, they start classing you, or either you are cheating or something else. What do you think? What do you think, Amadonna?
Well, I would say in a marriage, most times I always say communication is the best. Communication is very, very, very important in a marriage. I will not say, because if you know your husband, you know what he is capable of doing. If you know your husband cannot go to the store and get you Victoria's Secrets, if you know that's his own weakness, because you should know him. That's his own weakness. He can't go to the store to get you Victoria's Secrets, but he likes it. He's looking at it. He will be watching some kind of movie or something. For me, I will not say wait for the man to go get it for you. You can go by yourself, get it, and try to keep your own marriage. But if you know your husband is somebody that can get those stuff for you and he's not doing it, then you need to let him know that this is what I want. This is what I want you to get for me in the store. You can tell him. People don't communicate. That's the problem. They will expect a man to just go to the store and get anything. Sometimes surprises are good, but me, sometimes you need to ask me what I want. So when you're getting something from me, I will not regret it in getting it. I will use it to my ability. I will like it because I wanted it, and this is what you get for me. Sometimes we don't communicate in a marriage. That's the problem. Even when we go to the bedroom, some men, they will not even communicate with the woman. What is the thing that is getting you to that point? Now, to the higher point. They don't ask those questions. They just do what they got to do. And that's not good. We need to communicate. In a marriage, we need to communicate. Anywhere we go, we need to communicate, because that's the key to anything. If we lose communication, if we lose it, then we lose our marriage. Because if you don't communicate, if you don't know what the man wants, if the man don't know what you want, it's a problem. We should not be shy in talking about it. And this is our problem. Even when we come to America, we think we're civilized. We are not. We are very, very weak in those issues. Everybody go their way. Sometimes we don't even ask, oh, what will I make for you in the morning? Like, what do you want me to do during weekend that will get us together? All those things. Because if you are talking together, if you lay down in your bed and you keep talking, sometimes those things turn people on. But everybody's on their own issues or in their own small room, on their phone, on their this, on their that. They don't communicate with each other. They are distancing themselves from each other, and that's a problem. That's a turn off. Because by the time you're ready to go to bed, maybe you're tired. All your phone has been blowing all over your ears. You didn't even communicate with your husband. You went to bed and your head is already hurting from talking on the phone. Then you're tired, you sleep. So that's a problem. So it's a lot of problem that we need to talk about. We need to come out and communicate with our spouse, our fiancé, anything. We need to talk about it.
That's true. Communication is the key. I believe in that. Communication is very, very important. I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to ask Koji. We expect this is about fertility and something about the bedroom. We have seen some men have that habit of bashing women. Either they would trash the woman that, oh, she don't satisfy. That's why she's always going out. And I don't know if they ignore some of their own issues. So I want to really know how important does size matter in when it comes to no, because we see some men do that.
Why are you giving that to Koji?
sometimes they will,
I love it.
sometimes
I
they
can't
will
wait.
be with a
Yeah, I'm okay.
and
Thank you.
are not working out, or the woman leave them, instead of going and sit down quietly and reflect back, what is wrong with me? What is the issue? They don't. They'll just go ahead and make the woman look ugly, you know? So I want to know, do you think that's another contributing factor? The size is how important is that size in the relationship?
I'm glad you brought this question to me. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I told
Size matters. Yeah, size matters.
Oh,
But it is proportional to how, because before in fact your wife is a wife, before she's your wife, you were a boyfriend and girlfriend, and things were okay before you guys got married. Okay, and I believe the size was okay. Well, this is the thing I want to tell my guys. I say, you know what? The size you had when you were like 25, 30, 40, going to 50, you have to improve on that. And how can you do that? You have to improve on that. And your girl, when she was 25, 50, going to 50, there must be some relaxation of the muscles where in the way she was accepting things is not being done yet. And the only way you can try to fill in that gap that she used to feel full when you were 25, 26. It's just the penis itself. I'm going to say it right there. It's like a balloon. Let me take a balloon. I wish I had my prop here. When you take a balloon, you blow inside the balloon, and you deflate that balloon. It's just like when the blow flows inside the penis. The direction of the penis is the flow of blood inside the penis in different sectors. That can give you the erection. It makes it expand. It's just like a balloon. If you blow air inside the balloon, if after a while, when the balloon is, the air is down in the balloon, you can see there's an increase. The balloon, if you put it down, you check the dimension, you will see that the balloon that was, let's say 2 meters long, let me say 2 inches long, when you've blown that air into it, when you deflate all the air from it, when you put it down, it's going to be 2-point-something meters up. So it's like the next time you want to put more air inside that balloon, you have to put more. You're going to put more air than the air that was inside. In other words, what I'm trying to say, if you try to get enough erection every week, if not every day, that will make you reach that maximum level you want to get. It helps you to size and try to get erection almost every 2-3 days, not even a week. It maintains that status quo and makes you always be accepted whenever you want to have sex with your partner. Because she's not going to be the same size because of age or whatever, whether she's increasing in size or because of the tissues that are there that can make her grip, or it depends on how you take care of yourself. But before we go into this, I had wanted to add something to a question you sent to, was it to Gloria, when she was talking about the role a man should play. Is it a lady? What was the question you sent to Gogra about a woman's participant in the room?
Yeah.
Well, I got it. Yeah. What was the question again? I wanted to say something about that.
Oh, I think I asked how. Why is it that women always have the blame when things don't go right? They always the women are not playing their part.
Yeah, but the part I wanted to talk on is the way a woman should present herself in the bedroom. I think it was something like that. Was it also Mr. Abu? Something like that. Yeah, exactly. We were talking about lingerie and everything. Lingerie is good. It's good, you understand? But another thing, I don't know whether it's just me, but man, I believe, the way you talk to a guy can turn a guy on. And the odor also. You cannot have all the beautiful lingerie. And while I come closer to you, odor is, I don't know, maybe it's just me. A woman's odor turns me off and turns me on. I'm telling you, I cannot go to Victoria's Secret and get you all that stuff. And just because you're now Mrs. Koji, when you will be a boyfriend and girlfriend, and you've got 4 or 5 kids for me, you just say, oh, he's my husband. I'm not going to take a shower. I'm just from the kitchen. I'm going to be like this. I'm just going to wear the lingerie. I want you to come almost like 2 feet around up. Not till we get up on me. But when I smell you from a distance, even your voice will turn me on. That's men are experiencing that. The wives that are home, not only the lingerie, the look, but that odor, when you come closer to him, the way you smell, it turns a guy on. Maybe it's just me, but it turns a guy on. Not because you're just from the kitchen and you're there, you think, oh, it's my husband, you're used to that. No. You have to let him know that the way when we were 25, 26, going to 30, I was smelling like this. When you came in, now I'm 40, 50, I'm just going to be smelling that same way. When you're coming from work, I'm gonna, if you call me, say, hey, babe, guess what? Let's rock it tonight. For the fact that I hear your voice telling me that when I come from work, I'm going to have it. Oh, my God. I'm going to have erection from my office to my car to inside the house. As soon as I open the door, I'm telling you, when I hear your voice inside the farm at work, say, babe, guess what? I'm home, everything is good. The kids are, I want to go to bed, but please, can we just have some fun tonight? For the fact you say that, I don't know, maybe it's just me. The moment I'm going to have erection, until I get home. I'm telling you, but I believe some men can relate to me. For the fact your wife is home, you don't even say everything is fine. I'm ready for you. I need it, man. By God, for the fact you are requesting for that.
Right.
For the moment you're saying it, till I go to my car and go to home, I'll be on, for real.
Wow.
And for me to see you having all the lingerie with a good odor, smelling fresh and lovely, that's an addition. But most of the ladies forget about that. Oh, he's my husband. He's used to the way I smell. No, it changes. As you get old, take a good shower, put some nice perfume on deodorant and smell good, and then put on those lingeries.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's lovely and very educational. I hope our viewers are listening. Oh, women out there, the men are teaching us what they want. I hope you are listening. This is a very good topic today because I'm about to get in my own groove too. About to get in maybe I'll step up, But there is something again, I don't know if it's a myth, Mr. Abu. I hear some women think if their man, okay, let's say if a man is having frequent intercourse, that can, let me say you have a man that just like to cheat around. They believe that can reduce their fertility rate, like frequent ejaculation.
Well, no, actually, there's no science to support that. And if I can just go back, before I answer this, if I can just go back to the question about size matters in the bedroom. Okay. Just like my brother said, I like to say yes, at the same time no.
Okay.
Okay. Size matters, but you have to know what to do with the size. Okay. You can be endowed, but if you don't know what to do it, then it makes no difference. And quite frankly, a lot of women are not even turned on by bigger size. Okay, let's just get clear. A lot of women are turned off by bigger size.
Oh, wow.
My whole thing is when it comes to satisfaction in the bedroom, I think it's incumbent upon the man to really take a lead from the woman and see what she wants. Because at the end of the day, a man, you can always get your own satisfaction. But you have to be able to please the woman, see what they want. But more often, a lot of men are just rushed into penetration. There's no time for foreplay. There's no time to turn the woman on, especially ageable women, because a younger woman probably will be turned on just by you touching her. But ageable women, sometimes they take a little bit of foreplay, manipulation.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So just rush into penetration, no matter the size, it's not a good idea, Always find out what turns on your partner and what you can do. That's the most important thing. And coming to your question about
frequent intercourse.
oh yes, I don't know, because biologically men who produce sperm from the time we are born to the time we die. That's a daily occurrence. It's not like women. Women are born with set numbers of eggs. You know, when they reach menopause, they're pretty much finish all their eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the reason why the women menopause, because they are giving, you know, all their eggs that is sperm. But a man can produce sperm until the day he dies. So that has nothing to do with the frequency of sex he's having. No.
Mm.
It's just that, because you mentioned earlier, it's just about the count. If we have adequate count and motility, they're viable, they're able to swim. That's what causes fertility. It's not about, you know, frequency or anything like that. Because every day, it's a daily occurrence. You make sperm every day.
Wow.
Yes.
So I think, in my understanding, that's a little way for the woman to let the men stay home and just reserve everything for them instead of going out and deposit it somewhere else.
Well, that's a good idea. You should, you know, but that's not the cause of infertility. Far from it.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. All right. So I was going back to the question that I asked earlier. I don't know if our viewers saw that, if my producer did put that out. But I want to know if
Okay. I'm in the meeting. I'm in the meeting. Okay.
Huh? Oh, you just up?
I told that man off.
I
Get the hell out.
Okay. I'll see you. I'm in the meeting.
So I wanted to know. I know there's a little.
Maybe when I finish, if you go for a drive, I don't know.
So I want to.
Do you go for driving in your car?
They're on the phone. Silence.
Your car?
Okay.
Silence your Zoom.
You can mute your.
You mute your Zoom.
So are you gonna order food, Daddy?
No, it's what it says.
I will hear you.
For our anniversary, okay?
Mute your Zoom, Abu.
Well, you putting that thing out. You're not gonna sit outside.
I am burning up in here.
Abu, mute your
Oh.
Zoom.
You can mute
Hello,
it.
sorry, I'm being distracted. Hello.
No, yeah, you can mute it. You can mute it if you want to talk something. Just mute it at your end.
Oh,
So
okay, I
we can-
apologize.
Yeah. No, we don't want to. Before you say something that we're gonna hear you.
That's true.
We don't want to hear business out there. So as I was asking earlier, does sex really matter in a relationship? Let me go with Madonna. Do you think it really matters?
Put the air on.
How important is it?
And
Or
put the air on if you have.
your partner if there's nothing going on?
Yeah, put the air on. Close the door, put the air on.
Yeah, I think that's why we get married, right? The major thing is that
15 minutes, huh?
there are other things that comes with it, other factors that comes with it, but mainly it's because of sex that we got married. Because you can have a companion, you can have a friend without having sex. You can have a male friend without having sex. You can have a female friend without having sex. You can communicate with that male friend in every aspect. Every aspect. You can even discuss something very important with a male friend without even having sex. But why did you get married? It's because of the sex. That's just why you come together and say, okay, let's make it official and let's make it legal that we're going to do this. So it's very important. And it's just nature. God made it like that. There is no way we can take it out of that aspect of life. So it's very important. Without that, there is no marriage. Because you can have a friend, like I said, male friend, female friend. You guys can discuss anything. Sometimes some female trust male friends more than even their husband to communicate with them. So if it's not because of the sex making it legal, then why are you in the marriage then?
Wow.
So it's very important.
So that being said again, let me say if a man is impotent, most likely you can't get married to them if they are impotent.
No, that's where communication comes in, because there is treatment for it. It's not like people are permanently impotent. There are treatments. You people can communicate about it. You have to be open. You have to be open and say to your partner that this is my problem. There are ways that you can fix it. But people don't talk about it and it gets worse. It gets worse. It's just like sickness in your body. If you don't talk about it, it just keep eating, and then it will affect other places that it doesn't have to affect because you didn't talk about it. Those are the things. There's a treatment for everything. But because you don't communicate, you just die silently, and the time the person will find out, it's too late. So sometimes be open to the person. Tell them exactly who you are. Tell them what your problems are. What are your issues? Like I said, communication is a key. If you don't talk about it and then the person happens to find out later, it's just, she will look at it or he will look at it like a betrayal.
That's true.
So just talk about it.
So, Kogi, what do you think? Do you think can you marry a woman that part of the game? How important it is?
You know, sex is part of the whole thing of marriage. Is sex 75% sex? I believe that is. I don't know whether it's a data that I need to put out there, but I believe 75% marriage itself, there should be sex involved in it. Although some other factors that can make the marriage nice, but I don't believe 25%. You know, just make sure you guys maintain the status quo that makes both of you guys love each other, one another. You know, the woman should always make sure that she's fine, and the guy also make sure to fine. Communication, just as my sister was saying, Gogora was saying over there, play good communication is very important. When you dialogue, whenever you want to have, if you guys want to do it every Monday, Wednesday, or every day, every day, I love it every day. If you can make it every day, once you find, man, I'm ready every day. It depends, once you say, hey, Jose, homie, you want it? I say, oh my God, I'll be ready. I'm ever ready. So it is a communication. But because of the type of work we're doing these days, the husband is at work, the wife did it overnight, and she's here. So that you just make a schedule. You say, if it's on Wednesday, but at least a week. Yeah. After a week, none is done now. At least a week, something should be done. At least 2 or 3, at least 3 times a week. That will maintain that particular love that is between us. Whatever be the case, it's like fear sick. But try and do that, and of course, the size that we are saying also matters, just as Mr. Abu said, also in some other circumstances, not really matter. It depends on the tool you have. You can have a knife, I can have a gun here, but the way I can operate my weapon is different from Mr. X, I always bring guns inside, so I love them.
It
depends on how. Yeah, I love them. I collect them a lot. It depends.
God, the way we are talking, I'm not saying directly to you, but we've seen some men who are very, especially in the village, you see some men, they are very loud out there.
Yeah.
They're very loud. If they explain to you what they will do.
Yeah.
But then coming to find out,
the practicality.
Most of them, yeah. When they go and find out, they are the ones that are always crying. The woman,
yeah.
The woman left the she's that. So
yeah,
be careful the way we are talking because we are listening.
I don't know. What are you trying to say? Is somebody want to try me or what? Okay, but just as we are saying, most of the time we say it, but the practicality plays a great role.
That's right.
Sometimes what you say, sometimes it depends on the next opposite what you're saying. What all you said when the time comes, that reduces the energy is not there really. Sometimes when you talk, you say it depends on the day that you guys practice whatever you got to practice.
That's
but the practice, I understand. I know what you're saying, but it's from both ends. You can be so excited and saying it, But what you were expecting when the day comes is not what you saw, you know? And we all depends on the size, not only size of what you got, but the size. Like some of us, my culture, I love flesh, I love booties, you know, good boobs. Those stuff, it makes you know how you look like, you know?
You know, this talk, I think next time if we are going to continue the talk, maybe Abu is going to be out of the house when I know right now the children are in the house, you know, she can't talk too much. but anyway, before we round up, I'm going to get the final, but before we round up, there's a topic going, there's something on social media, and I don't know if you saw that, the little girl that was raped and murdered. And it's really sad. It's sad, it's bad, and especially when it involves a family. Now, I know all of us here definitely got impacted about that issue. So let me ask you, Madonna, again. I know we discussed this issue the last time about family members raping children. What do you see here? What we understand that's his brother, his sister. That's his sister. So what do you think? What can I say?
First of all,
what is lacking here? Why do you think this happened?
Like I said earlier on, communication is what is lacking here. Africa, we tend to hide a lot of stuff. We tend to hide a lot of things that is really, 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 really terrible in our life, that is hurting us, but we don't talk about it. And this is really bad because we don't know the mother's heritage. We don't know what was her problem when she happened to hide this particular son, that this is not my son. This is just a family member. We don't know why. Maybe she was raped. And because she was raped, everybody, they hid it from everybody or the society because they don't want to be castigated outside. So maybe she hid the son that, oh, I'm going to pretend that this is not my son. And if you were raped, tendency is there that it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again, whether it was the son that was going to do it or somebody else was going to do it. But it was going to happen because nobody is talking about it in that family. We don't know. I'm not sure because I don't know the family too well and I don't get the whole story. But if there was something that was wrong with his son, maybe he didn't do therapy. Maybe there is something wrong with him psychologically, mentally, depression, anything can happen. That's another aspect of it. Because for somebody to just take a 5-year-old child, what are the enjoyment that you're going to gain from it? It doesn't make no sense. It doesn't. 5-year-old child, for you to rape that child is just terrible. So we don't know. Sometimes, and most of our people in Africa, we don't go for checkup. We don't. There are people over there that have mental problems.
Yes.
There are people there that have psychological issues, behavior issues. They have it over there, but we don't talk about it. It's a taboo to talk about somebody that has mental issue, bipolar, depression, all those stuff. We don't talk about it. We think we are okay, but we are not. Mentally, we are not. Sometimes, even in our lives in this America, we are executed.
Yes.
You see, someday the person just wake up in the morning, not talking to nobody. He's not. You don't know what is going on. He will not explain to you, why am I mad? Why am I sad? He's just not talking.
Thank you, Madonna. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Terrible.
Mr. Abu, what in the medical stand, what kind of advice do you think our health system can put in place? Especially now, I'm really bothered about the people who are doing this. I know most of the time they just put them in jail, serve their time, and release them. And there might be possibility they might do it again. What medical advice do you think our health healthcare need to put in place, especially for children growing up and vulnerable?
Well, it's a good question to ask. Yeah, that particular situation is really terrible. But out of sensitivity and respect for the family, I really don't want to discuss that in particular. But yeah, pedophile. The term is pedophile. Pedophile is a serious psychological issue. You know what I mean? It's not only happening in the African community, but also in the world. And you see there are registered sex offenders. What happened to move into your neighborhood? They want you. They say there's such person in your neighborhood, you know. And this behavior, why a lot of us don't exhibit this behavior, but it's psychological. A lot of people do have this problem, and it's not a medical problem as such, but it's a psychological problem. You know, there are people who really don't have affinity for children. You know, they do have affinity for children. Maybe they see children as vulnerable, they are weak, they cannot defend themselves, or maybe they cannot verbalize to adult what's going on. And sometimes this abuse happens over time. It's not like a one instant, you know. From what I understand, this particular situation, this boy probably have a history of doing this, and maybe nobody have ever caught up to it, you know. But it's not an instant. People do have a habit of doing this thing. Sometimes they go, just like you said, they go to jail, they come out again, they continue, you know. So they need counseling, they need psychological help. They need not only throw into jail, because you can throw a man into jail, but if you don't remove the problem, you know, once you come back, you to do. Now, I think in which you need therapy. There are adults that are addicted to sex. They go into therapy to correct that behavior. So pedophile is also it's a psychological problem, it's an addiction. So people like that, they need psychological intervention, not necessarily medical. And throwing them into jail is just a form of, it's a punishment. Some of them very, very much deserving. But if you want to really correct their behavior, they need psychological counseling, you know, to get to the underlying root of why they find children attractive. You know, I mean, what grown person is going to be, with all the women available, why would you be attracted to children? But it's a psychological issue, unfortunately.
Mustafa, to you, I know most of the sexual abuse actually happen within the family, especially in Africa. Most of the cases are within the family. Do you think family members should be held responsible, especially those that knows about abuse and they hide it, they cover it because of the family name? Do you think they should start prosecuting some of these family members who are hiding these things?
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Musu. This particular topic is really close to my heart. The Sarkos are family friends to me, and this particular kid, Khadija, the last time I spoke to her was when I wanted to talk to the dad, Congolese. They are close family friends to me. I know them very well. I remember when I wanted to rent a car and the kid was right there. Khadija was right there. I said, who is that girl with a small little voice? You know, there's a song she sang. That song was, that during the day, the discussion between myself and the dad. I wanted a car, and the dad does some car dealing stuff. So it's really close to me that may her soul rest in peace. And I try to show I can't believe it that, you know, I have a 6 years old, almost just 5 to 6 years old. If stuff like that is being done to her, you know. But going back to your topic, actually, family members are supposed to be prosecuted most of the time. I believe in Khadija's case, those issues are going to be because, like the mom, the guy who did the act, it's like Congolese sister, you know, so it's like they're cousins. Khadija is a cousin to this guy who did this act. You know, the mom, I don't know whether the mom knew about it. I don't think whether she knew about it or something went wrong. And they kept it to themselves. And you guys know, Kisi Road, 60 and 75 Kisi Road, you know, they're not far away. These are Kisi Road is 2-story building and 75 is like 5-story building. There's a lot. I don't know whether they were at 75 Kisi Road or 60 Kisi Road in Freetown. There's a lot, they say, exodus of people in that building, a lot of people, you know. But it's just disheartening that it was a close relative that really did that. You know, it's really nice if maybe they will have a policy look into this. That's why I believe the politicians are looking into this, parliamentarians, maybe they'll raise a particular concern about this in court one day or in parliament to say, you know what, if a kid is with you at that age, if something like that happened, you must be responsible for letting that kid fall into the hands of people like that. Although sometimes, you know, maybe they felt because they are so close to family. But most of these issues happen. Close people, uncles, stepdads, people you don't expect. That is what happened in this case. Maybe the mom who is now in trouble felt, you know, that this, nothing like that would even happen. That her own son will not even try to attempt on a 5-year-old girl. You understand? Maybe that is the thought. It is everywhere. Everybody can think about that. Maybe you're in the room. You know, in Africa, people play mama and papa. You know, my papa, I'm the husband. You are the daughter, you're the kid, or we are wife, husband, and wife, we're here. We used to play those games. Most of those bad tricks come from those stuff. I remember, especially this COVID period, where everybody's home. All you do is to play mama and papa, mom and dad. That's what I mean by mama and papa in Creole. We used to do that. I'm the dad, you are the wife, you the kids, who go over there, let's cook and play. We used to do that. Everybody, I don't know whether you guys did that. It comes with that. Let's go to sleep, let's go to bed, let's go and lie down and sleep. Stuff like that happen,
that's true. I think me, from my own experience, I'm a survivor too, and it was my own uncle who was very, you know, close to me as a father. I was looking up to him as a father. But why I'm really saying this, I think they need to start checking into the family members. If you know about it and you are trying to protect it, especially to save the family name, you know, to protect the family name, I think that maybe if they start to prosecute them, probably we will start standing up for each other. I think they should put a law like that in place for family members who are hiding these family members, and something like that happen. Now that mother is going to lose. That family is losing 2 children. 2 children.
Yeah, can you imagine that? And it happens also to men also. Just as you said, you're a victim. I'm also a victim. At the age of, is this 10 or 11, I remember those days. This is the first breaking news. I've never said this before. I told some friends. My grandpa's wife, my great-great-grandpa, I think a great-great-grandpa, she had a very little wife when I was a kid. So when my mom used to travel, she used to call her to come sleep with us in our room, you understand? Because we were scared, you understand? So it is now when I'm recalling those stuff, I remember telling me to come on top of her, and she held my stuff, because I used to be scared. She used to tell me to pee in it. She said, it's inside my native country, language, pee. You know, I never knew about that. All the time now, I said, what does she mean to pee in it? So it is only when I started ejaculating, having sperm out, then I knew that, okay, this was what she was saying those times. Because she had pubic hair. My problem, I didn't have a pubic hair, so it's like, the problem was, I was right on top there, but hers was giving me, you know, it was very inconvenient. You know, it's like a spike. If you don't have one, then she was having comfort in there. You know, but I didn't understand what was the whole thing. But my problem when I was feeling it, the problem when in the morning my grandma would say, we are the one that wets the bed, because she's the eldest one. So they used to yell at me. But the other part, I did not explain what happened. It was what the stuff she wanted me to do, and she was telling me to pee in it. So I peed in it. That was what led to the bed pee. So she would say, I peed on the bed. No, I did not. It was you telling me to pee. That's true. I think that lady is dead. Because I heard that she's dead. My grandpa's, long time ago, that was a long time. Before I was 10 years old. I didn't have pubic hair. Yeah. So it's like it happens both ends. I'm telling you.
It does.
I think about stuff now when I'm doing my stuff. I say, okay, this is what she meant. Yeah.
I know. I understand perfectly, and I hope all of us here, really come together, and we all have children. We are watching them, and I'm glad that we are sensitizing people, especially survivors, to come out and say something. If see something, say something. So we're going to round up. My producer said we need to round up, but this is a topic, is broad, and I would really definitely like to see you people back again for us to continue this topic. It's educational, is great. So quickly, Madonna, what's your last word about the impotency and infertility? So men who are suffering from these issues. What's your last word?
All I would say is that we need to open up with our problems that we have. We need to talk about it because it's really, really a problem. Just as rape is a problem, though all those things are affecting us because we don't normally talk. We don't normally say it. We hide it, and it's not good. It's really affecting us, and we need to come out. We really, really, really need to break those taboos and talk about things that are very important in our lives, things that will make us grow and stop being frustrated and be depressed, because those things are being hidden, and so we are becoming depressed because we don't talk about it. We hide it in ourselves, and it's bad. We need to talk about it. So I'm just saying that people come out, say what you want to say. If you don't have anybody to talk to, you can call, there are therapies, use them. They are very important. You have the insurance, use it. It's very, very important, and talk about it.
Thank you. Mr. Abu, what's your final thought?
Well, my final thought on the topic is that impotency is very common. And if I feel younger men too, but more so in the older men. It's not something you have to suffer. There's a lot of help out there. It's not one size fits all. Men, simple medication like Cialis, Viagra does wonders, But there are some men, they might need medical intervention because sometimes problem with your prostate, enlarged prostate, can cause you to be impotent. If that's the situation, sometimes intervention is necessary. Or sometimes a specialist, a trip to the specialist, depending on your situation. If you find out things like Cialis, Viagra do not help you, you can take a trip to a urologist. In other words, just in any aspect of our life, we really have to be mindful to our health. Diabetes, blood pressure, they are major contributory factor to impotency in men. If you control your blood pressure through diet, medication, and exercise, and stop smoking, cut down on the drinking, I think you'll do better in those areas. So, but most importantly, do not suffer in silence. Help, especially in the Western society. Yes, help. You don't have to deal with the shame of being impotent. Because it really has a psychical effect on the man's esteem. If a man cannot perform, he cannot engage in sexual activities, and that's just simple. So there's help out there, really. There's help.
But you watch your final thought in a minute before they throw me out.
Yeah, okay. The final thought I would just tell everybody, keep your exercise, your diet constant. Make sure you eat healthy and exercise. And then make sure you follow through, with your doctors, do your checkups, exercise and eat healthy, Forget about smoking. Alcohol is good sometimes, but I believe just make sure you have a balanced system so you can maintain a better relationship with your wife or girlfriend. That's all.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad our producer is out there. Thank you for allowing us to come here. And this was very educational. I love it. And I know we can't finish today. It's a lot to talk about this. So I hope when I need you, I'll try to let you know so you can come and help our people out. This is very educational. And thanks to our viewers out there. If you have any comments, any input, please send your text to Sierra Cast TV. If you have questions for Alfred Abu, don't be shy. He's always helpful. Madonna is there. She is in the social worker field. If you think you are having issues that you and for us to talk about, she is available. I'm here available when it comes to sexual abuse. Koji is here. He's available too, and I like what he gave, you know, the little hints about how to spice up. I love everything, and thank you for watching. Please share the video and like Sierra Casting. I love you all. Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.
Nossa, meu não.